Hey guys, Clumsy here, and welcome back to Transport Fever. Let's go and play that. In the previous episode, we went with this TGV. Now, since then, I did some improvements, but I'll show you that later. First and foremost, heading that back to the depot because I have some plans. Once that's in, let's pause the game. And now you can see this terminal in its full glory. It's called the... where is it? The Liège-Guillemins railway station. Probably not how you pronounce it, right? You'll have to pardon me with that. I don't even know which country it's from, but I think it's a real thing, and it does look quite epic. So it's a train station. It has that beautiful shape up top, and has built-in bus stations as well. I think both sides actually, here and here maybe, or maybe that's like just a. Maybe that works both ways because there's a U-turn slot in both. A roundabout actually. Yeah. Anyway, some changes. So offline, I did some improvements on the road. Thanks to your comments, guys. First and foremost, I did double track this. And because I'm planning to have more TGVs in here in the future. Right now it doesn't make sense to have more because there's not much demand, but I think I'll do something about that at the very least. So let me just smoothen this out. So I did double track everything. Yeah. So some of you guys said we're not reaching the 300 because there's elevation. There's gradient. So as much as possible, TGV needs a flat surface, a flat level to really accelerate fully. Now that will be very expensive because that will lead to bridges and tunnels and everything. So I think we'll just leave it as is right now. 300 is just a number after all. it's an experiment, but it's not a practical approach. So it's better to be a bit slower, but more practical in the long run. Yeah. So what I did as well is to remove the terminal here, that derpy looking terminal in here, which connects to that and doesn't make sense, and instead connected this to this existing line. Now it would have been better to have a separate line totally, but for now I think this will do. That looks good. Yeah, look at that triangle. Yeah, it's the same there. So now the TGV line, the orange line, goes to the same one here, so they're sharing that a bit. And as we get more trains in, maybe it makes sense to separate the tracks, but right now I don't think that will be a problem actually. So that's how it looks. It looks much better, looks much more realistic, and we don't have that funky train station just jutting out of nowhere. Yeah? Now as a consequence, that will make the trains a bit slower in here because they'll have to slow down on this curve, and there might be some incoming trains so they'll have to stop, but that's life. Anyway, so what I wanted to do now is to develop this area, because since we have the TGV here, we know we have a lot of passengers here. Yeah, population here is pretty much booming, 1,500. But here in the north, let's call it the north, even though there is, I don't think, any compass in this game. Here in the north, we do have some small towns, only 277. So if we can somehow grow that, we can definitely have a lot of passengers coming to and from this station. Yeah, so that's what we'll do in this episode. But first and foremost, let me sell this TGV because I want another experiment. So right now, this line has a frequency of nada. I should have deployed that guy. So let's deploy him again just to see the frequency. Train TGV, that's 9 minutes, right? Let him go back. Yeah. There, and I will sell him. Oh, you sold the TGV? Yeah. Because I'm planning to get 2 smaller ones instead. Now that's going to be a bit more expensive than just getting one, but that will mean we should have better frequency as well if we get 2 of those. And that's also why I double tracked it, just to prevent any possible conflicts and the slowdowns when the two trains meet. Yeah, so let's deploy that, and we should now get 5 minutes, much better than the, what did we get earlier? 9 minutes? So it basically was halved. 5 minutes is not bad for that long frequency, or for that long a path. Right? So let's see if that will work. Right now we do have 8 passengers waiting, so it is kind of building up. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. But really liking this station. Now it does look a bit derpy here at the end, but we can just roleplay that a bit. Maybe put some stones in there, block the way. It's a dead end. Put some trees in. Wow, that's an ugly looking tree. Looks like Harry Potter's wand, actually. Why does it look like that? Okay, that looks much better. There we go. At least that doesn't just end abruptly. So it's like a work of art. What is that sign? Schaffhausen. Is this in Germany? That sounds German to me. Or maybe Switzerland. Wouldn't be surprised if it was. Alright, there we go. So let's keep this TGV on our window and then let's observe the speed there. Now, I probably won't be able to see that all the time, so you guys will have to help me out, alright? Go and have a look what the top speed is and let me know. Comment it out below. In the meantime, what I will do is we do have one more line in here and we can actually expand that to have a passenger train line to here and here. Just have like a simple 3-station thing going back and forth like that. Because if you look at the contours, even though this isn't the best contour, I think, yeah, it's a bit uphill there, but our train should be able to manage. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, otherwise we truck there, but I really don't want that. Because trains are cooler, at least in this game. Alright, so what we can do is just hug the road there. Or actually, no. We have to cross it somewhere. But I think in the beginning we can do that. So let's see. If we try to just get some speed in, maybe, I don't know what speed we should aim for. Ideally it should be 200. But in the beginning maybe this is the best way. Yeah. Let's do this trial and error. There we go. There's the speed we're looking for. Do it. And there we go. There's the there's the digging we're looking for. This is gonna be a tunnel if we go straight. I think we should actually. Oh, but it doesn't. Maybe we can go down. Can you? There we go. There's the tunnel. So at least that's 300 if we go and make a tunnel there. That looks nice. Hey, why doesn't it work anymore? Okay, that's weird. That worked a while ago. Okay, there it is. Okay, so if we enter a tunnel in here, we can stop over at this point. Guys, look at the speed. 296. That is pretty close. So actually, all we needed was a shorter train. Because a shorter train with the same power means a faster train. Beautiful. Did it reach 300 at one point? I'm not sure, I just looked now. So anyway, that's an achievement. At least we were able to do that. So what I can do here is instead try to go this way. Yeah, not hug the road too tightly. Something like that probably. And then we can curve again later on. Like that. Yes. Tunnel. Looks good. Entering Mordor from here. And then we go and connect to a station over here. So in here we should have a station which goes like somewhat perpendicular actually. It cannot touch this area because I still want to go to that place. So maybe we can have something like curving like here. Look at that train, looks so pro. So for those of you guys who are not really into track building, it's going to be a lot in this episode. So instead, you can go and watch the train over there. Look, that's 1.5 m, only for 20 passengers only. That's humongous. Now going back, he only gets 3 passengers, but that should be fine. Okay. So maybe we can go high speed, of course. And stop. Ideally, you'd want it here. But if I put it there, will I still be able to curve out? That's the problem. You know what? Let's do it. Does that look okay? I think that looks a bit too sharp. Something like that maybe. And to heck with how it goes later on. It curves somehow. It should curve somehow. It's going to be very slow, but that's the way it works. Okay, so we slow down here, which is okay since we stop here anyway. We don't need always 300 there. And here, we can go slow like that because it's not going to be... It's going to stop here, so it'll just be starting. So it can't speed up that much anyway. Right? Right. So here we just go and hug this side. Like so. We go straight. 300, no problem. And we will cross over that area. Crossing there should be fine. Minimal gradients, minimal how do you call those, hills raised, minimal landscaping happening. Sounds good. And this one is okay. Stop there. Continue. I'm fine with that actually. I am fine with that. I want to reach 300 around this point so I can make a station over here and have enough room for adjustment. So we can build a terminal right here at the end. Just have one track, should be fine. And the road should face something like that maybe. Maybe like that. I hope that works. And then we connect here. I think that's too short. That's too sharp. Yeah. Let's reduce it a little. Give it a bit more space and just hug it like so. Perfect. Not quite actually. If you come from here, it's going to be the same, so we need more space even. Okay, from here, it's going to be a bridge. I would rather not have a bridge, but... Wait a minute, let's not go and hug that entirely. Something like that. Okay, that's the one which makes the bridge. There we go. No bridge there. Perfect. Okay, now here you just clean it up a bit. What did I place? I placed a tree somewhere. Oh, did you guys see what speed that was? Can you rewind a bit if you didn't and tell me below? Anyway, I'll just leave that window open so you guys can look at the train while I'm building some tracks in here. Some multitasking. Some picture-in-picture action. Did you guys know that time when the TVs had the PIP, picture-in-picture, so you had like a small window so you could watch two channels at the same time? I don't think that's so much of a thing nowadays in the modern TV. I'm not sure why they removed it. Alright, there we go. It goes a bit sharp but should be fine, more or less. Yeah, and let's double track this. We'll have a couple of trains in here. Maybe the blue trains would be fine. What's this? Thank you. I'm okay with that. Make it as sharp as we can, as gradual as we can rather. And just hug this entire area like so. Building the second track is much easier, isn't it? Supposedly. There we go. And in here I just trace it back again. And voila. We are almost there. Just merge this somewhere. I'm not sure. Make sure Shoreham, yeah. Not yet done, dude. Give me a break. Wait a minute. So we should probably merge this area. Hug that and connect all the way to the other side. Now the best this can reach is 135. Okay, 134. Happy with that. And connect that in here. Perfect. There we go. Second line is made. Of course, we need some signals. Signals we need here before the merge. We need occasional signals. And I need that icon for the signals, so I see where I'm putting them. Doesn't have to be plenty. Let's put one here before. That kind of looks derp, but it's fine. Okay, and one there. One here. Just placing stuff almost randomly now. Too lazy to bother. There we go. That's not a very long route, but it looks very promising. I guess we'll earn a couple of bucks there. And if we look here, actually, I'm thinking of something. We could actually have, instead of the depot in there, we could have the depot in here, in the middle. Now that looks cool. And if we can connect somehow to both lines, that would be awesome. Before we delete that though, let's try to merge in here. So if we try to... Oh no, it's not going to work. I don't think so. Yeah. Crap. That would have been wonderful. Like here, it's perfect. Yes. But I think we'll have to push it back further. If I delete this, will it work? Let's see. I think I'll have to push back the station. If I maybe start with the road here. Okay. Doesn't really work, does it? I was thinking I should be able to make something like that. Yeah, that works. Look at that. That works. So if I build a depot down here, like that, should you be able to connect there? Yes, you can. But to go here to this other side, how will you do that? That's the question. I think you can branch off like that here. That's perfect. Wow, looks so pro. Look at that. How pro is that? Not really, but I can manage. Alright, one here and one here. Actually, you can just have him wait over here. So we just have one signal. We don't need that one there. Alright. We also need a signal here. Actually, we have one there already. So the train going back here will wait if there's a train on the depot. And they won't eat each other's lines away. Perfect. Now we're connected to both. And now we just need to create a line from this station to here in the middle to there in the end. Yeah, looks good. And we need to connect that, I remember. So let's name that train P North. Maybe I don't need the P after all. Let's just name it train, the north line. And make sure to connect this as the game said. Okay, that should be fine. Yep. And I think this is a perfect area for a terminal actually. Yeah, we'll need bus terminals again. Bus stations. That can work, although the people will have to walk quite a way. We can have it like that though. Can I manage not to hit anything? No, I can manage not to hit one of them. I think that's good enough. There we go. So we have to make this a medium road then. So buses will have more space. Like that. Perfect. Yeah. So the passengers, when they arrive here, they don't have to cross that way. They can just walk on this side, walk that way. And then they can be on the buses. Perfect. Alright. Need a bus depot. Over here. We can actually do that maybe in here as well. Squeeze everything in here. Or not. No, that will destroy things. Alright. Let's have it here then. But that will mean we'll have to also model this. Now that's gonna be a bit tedious. Or not really, actually. Not really. Yeah, we can simply connect these roads here. Like that. And like, oh, that will destroy the house. But that looks prettier than just having it somewhere else. Right. That's good. Actually, I could have made that large instead of medium. It's fine. I'll worry about it later. So we have a line there, and then we can go around the place. Just go like from here, turn that on. Houses, yeah. This one. Shopping and work. Or maybe work itself, yeah. Work area. And then can stop over here in the future for when you have things in there. Can stop over here. And then where do we return? We can return on this side. Yeah, that would look good. Okay, so our line should look like something like this. Here, 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 and lastly that one. Going around all the place and connect there again. Perfect, perfect. Buses, let's get some small ones first. The Volvos, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 should do. That new line 1. What are you called? What is this city? Shoreham by South. So let's call that bus Shoreham. Okay, 1 down. Next, we have this one. Now this one is a bit more tricky because we are totally outside the town. So this one, the bus is required because this is not going to touch anything at all. Now I can create the same one here though. Problem is they'll have to cross. I don't want them to cross as much as possible because it will cause a bit of traffic, but I don't think we have a choice. Or we can probably go here. Yeah, this station is my favorite. We have a lot of options, but this is the coolest looking one. That's a bit too far already. I have no choice, they have to cross. There we go. So they cross there. They go and they can go around here then. Connect that. Voila. And have simple bus stations, bus stops here. And then maybe here. I'm not really sure how far away the bus stops should be, but it seems to be working somewhat. If you guys have any tips for me how that works, do let me know, right? There, and finally here. Looks good. There we go. More or less in the center. And not too much of a pain to maintain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then it'll go back there. Nice. Now this place is called Hilsham. I don't know. Why are the places so hard to pronounce? Was it? Hilsham. Yeah, let's call it Hilsham. And we don't have a bus yet though. So let's go and make a depot over here. Doesn't work. Right next to it. Let's have 4 more Volvos and adjust as necessary later on. Hilsham. So hard to pronounce. Alright, there we go. Now we can have trains. The trains here, I think, could be the simple, these blue ones. You can actually get these cheaper ones. But maybe this should be okay as well. The 450 commuter train. And let's just wait for them to speed up. In terms of tractive effort, this is 240, this is 240. It's the same. In terms of weight, this is 170 tons, this is 219 tons. This can go a bit faster, but this is actually more practical. I think we'll go with this one. I'll buy 3 of those, 1 for each city. I don't know how that's a right indicator, probably not. And let's let that go to the north train. Enter. Yeah, kind of vintage feel, the north here. 5 waiting passengers for the TGV, and at some point I think I removed the window. Sorry guys, I didn't notice. Hopefully you guys are okay back there. Let me know in case you have any problems. Okay, we have negative 5 million there. That's actually an improvement if you remember, because previously we had like what did we have? Negative 6.9 million if I remember correctly. Yeah. Why is there a waiting something over there? Ah, the signal is too far away. There needs to be a signal in here. Yeah, like that. Because you saw the train waited here because the train in front hasn't passed through this signal yet. So when it passed the signal, that's the time that train at the back here on the left side was able to move. But if you look at that distance, that's too wide, too huge a gap. Yeah, we'll have to observe this. I think we will need a third terminal pretty soon. Oh, this is the TGV, yeah. How much did he get? 5 passengers. Fine. Yeah, some waiting happening already. You might need to improve that very soon. Maybe next episode. For now, let's try to observe how things will affect here. Yeah, so we're moving people now. At least theoretically, that's what should happen. I'm not seeing our trains though. Okay, here they are. Is this the first train? This is probably the second train. Wait a minute. Salt ash planks has actually, look at that, 44 years. Wow. Okay, let's go back to that later. Let's fix this first. Your line is actually, but you're actually pretty good still. Let's observe. Salt ash planks is carrying con mats and planks. Why do you have those goods though? I can't remember for the life of me. Are you also delivering goods? You should, right? Because if you are delivering... Oh, salt ash. I was thinking it was the one going to the logs. No. This is the one actually going to the goods factory. Getting goods from the factory and delivering to the main station. I had my direction inverted. It was confusing. Alright, so this is the old one. If you look at it, it's actually in a nice place. So let's just replace it. Let's auto-replace that. Should be pretty much set here because we're in the year 2012 already. I don't think new trains will be arriving. We've uncovered all the technological advancements we have. So what we can do is we can say, just go and replace yourselves with... do I have that colored? I have it colored brown, I think. That one? Yeah. And then it was the... Salt ash planks is the class 1042. And 4 goods wagons. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 13 stake cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There you go. Get replaced. And let's have that ongoing so we don't have to worry about it anymore. So this train, let's just observe if the years there will be increasing anytime soon, right? Okay, looks good. Lots of goods in here again, but looks like things are moving, picking up quite well. Right, perfect. Okay, should be arriving. So once he drops that in the goods factory, he should be replaced already. Let's turn off the signals again. I'm done building signals for the day. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Ka-ching. Did you change? Did I forget something? Oh, you changed. There we go. 0 months. There we go. Thank you. Brand new. Same exact train. Any progress in here? We have a bus here. Seems like the people aren't that responsive yet. So while we're waiting for some more passengers, 76 seconds, 72 seconds, 70 seconds. Actually, the frequency for the buses is very good already. So we're going to lose a bit of money there for some time, but we should be able to make up for it eventually. I actually forgot to stop in our train line. So 1, 2, 3, and then it should go still back here. I forgot that part. Yeah. So it goes from here, the main station, goes to the middle, goes to the end. It should go back to the middle. So that's the 4th stop there. I forgot that one. But now I have it. And looks like things are progressing just fine. It's just that the color isn't really that visible. So maybe let's make it that one. There we go. Okay, there we go. Let's wait for that. And while we are waiting, I might as well look for an industry. Maybe we can build something in here. Like fuel again. Fuel is a no-brainer, look at that. Crude oil well here, crude oil. Just deliver it across the river. You get fuel, and we can deliver that to these cities everywhere. Although we do have fuel already below, but that's like a world away. So might as well do that in here. Yeah. We also have a farm here. If we have actually a food processing plant, we have a farm somewhere nearby in here. We can go and deliver that, but that's going to be a bit challenging. Looking at the contours, looks like we'll have to truck it or maybe make a tunnel here, go around this place. So it's going to be challenging just to make the food. That looks much more appealing to me, to build the cities here. That will for sure speed up the population increase. There's stone here, and there should be a conmats. No, this is chemical plant here. Conmats can be produced there, so we can build a train line from this across the river like so. A bit of contours there, so but it might be a bit slower, a bit of mountain going, but we should be able to make a station right maybe there. Like if we, for example, have a freight terminal on this side, that can work. But if I make it 320, actually I can make it like that. And maybe it's still, oh, it wouldn't be in range, crap. How near should we be? Oh, that's problematic. Yeah. Well, that's a problem for another time. Let's go and look for some more, and maybe you guys can comment and help me out. What industry can we build up here in the north? And then eventually we'd go and build up from the north to the bottom here, and eventually the north and south will meet, and we'll have a humongous hub like that all over the map. And then we can start with the south again, so we can fill the entire map with industries. I'm not sure how fast the game will be by then. Might be too laggy, so we'll see when we need to end that and stop the building. But yeah, thanks guys for all the support you've given in the series, and looking forward to more episodes. As long as there's support, there will be episodes. As much as I can, right? So in the meantime, I'm just going to sit here and wait for this. And in the next episode, we'll see how this is going. Looks like there are a lot of passengers now. Not really, but there are some at least. Yeah. 2 passengers going to the north. And some going here, nothing yet. Maybe that just got picked up here. Yeah, there are actually 3 passengers from here. And in here, there are some already. Nice. Okay, this is good. This is taking shape. Train frequency is 3 minutes. That's not bad at all. TGVs are working hard. -4 million. That is earning a bit now. 20 passengers, 5 passengers. Look at that, 260. Maybe let's have a look at it. Beautiful. Look how fast that is. And this is normal speed, right? That's state of the art right there. For our train enthusiasts who are watching, do you guys know what the fastest train is right now? I mean, currently in our real world, what the fastest train is? Look at that, 292, 294, 95, 96, 97, 98. Oh crap, just 2 kilometers to go. I would say that's a win. That's almost 300. Yeah, that's almost 300. I'm happy with that. And we didn't have to change the tracks that much. Beautiful. And pretty soon we'll be earning money there. Now, let's see how much this is gonna earn. And then I'll let you guys go, alright? I love this line. We have our splurging line here. Now, that would make a good screenshot. Look at that. A bustling train station. Wow. Don't know about you guys. I like this. I like the look of that. That one too. Okay. Let's see how much this is going to earn. 1.48 million. Was that the one? Wait a minute. Was it? Yeah, I think so. It wasn't as much as I would have expected. For 20 million, for 20 passengers, 1.4 million, that was a bit small, wasn't it? But look at this, 44 passengers. Where did all those come from? I guess from all these cities. Collecting them and going here, and then going through the long line there. Look at that, 44 passengers. That's more than half already. Nice. Okay, anyway, we'll go and look, probably improve the part here in the next episode. We'll make separate tracks in here, maybe parallel tracks but separate, so they can have their own terminal in here. So the same station but a different terminal, like a different track there. Yeah, sounds good. TGV line, look at that, 21 people waiting. Love it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.